Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a video where we sit down and chat about a whole bunch of new makeup releases. Now, I did one of these a couple of months ago and it was actually really successful. You guys loved it and found it really helpful and I really enjoyed doing it, so I thought it was about time I did another one. Now, I feel like these videos are really helpful for both you and I because there are so many new products coming out all the time that it can get really overwhelming, and sometimes you'll either just buy nothing because there's too much to choose from, or you'll just buy a whole bunch of stuff that you didn't really need or didn't really want, or it's actually really crap. So I found 10 products today to talk about and I'm really excited about them, so let's jump into it. Now, the first thing we are going to talk about, I'm sure won't come as a surprise to any of you, and that is the beautiful Norvina palette. So I'm gonna have pictures up here, which is very exciting for me. But this palette is stunning. From the packaging to the colors inside to the promo videos that were made for it, I was pretty much, it was love at first sight for me. So I have a couple of ABH palettes and I love them, and in my previous one of these videos I actually talked about the Soft Glam palette, which I didn't end up buying, but I'm kind of glad because I think now it means I can buy the Norvina one. Even though I do have the Desert Dusk palette and they have been compared and they are quite similar. So if you have one, you don't need the other, but if you're really after the Desert Dusk, then go for that one and you don't need the Norvina palette. So I guess just kind of pick which brand you'd rather. ABH is a lot cheaper, so I definitely probably would recommend that for most people. And for that packaging, oh, they both have stunning packaging. But anyway, getting off topic, the palette is stunning, and although I don't need it because I do have Desert Dusk, I don't know if I'm gonna have any self-control. Now, the next product I'm so excited to talk about because it only popped up on my feed last night, so I think I may be one of the first people to talk about it in a video, and that is this Maybelline Lash Serum. So it is obviously connected with the Lash Sensational Mascara. That is probably one of my all-time favorite drugstore mascaras. I still use it to this day. I've been through so many tubes. So the fact that they are extending that line and bringing out a lash serum, and the fact that there is now going to be a drugstore lash serum, because I am pretty sure that they're all really expensive, like $50 for a tiny tube, and you have to buy it all the time. So this may not work, it may be terrible, but I'm really excited to try it. Let me know if you want me to try it. I don't know when it will come to Australia. It's probably going to be ages. But either way, I just think it's a really cool product to come from Maybelline and I had to mention it. The next product I want to talk about is absolutely stunning, but I know I couldn't wear it because there's only one shade, possibly two, that would be good for my skin tone. But if you have medium skin or even deep skin, please go out and get this palette. So this is the Charlotte Tilbury Gold Bar Highlighting Palette. So as you can see, it has 3 shades and they are all stunning. I don't have anything from Charlotte Tilbury, I believe, but it is a brand that is raved about by so many people, so I know that would be good quality. I'm pretty sure she has a single gold bar highlighter that people absolutely love, so I don't see why this trio palette would be any different. So I know I can't have it, but if you guys are looking at this and thinking, wow, I need that in my life, please do it. Just do it for me. It is on the pricey side because Charlotte Tilbury is an expensive luxury brand, but I think for the quality, it's definitely worth it. Moving on to another highlighting palette. This one is from the drugstore from L'Oreal, and this is the La Vie en Glow palette. Probably butchering that. I'm assuming it's French. So this palette looks beautiful. I saw a couple of the Aussie bloggers get this in PR and the swatches were magical. Again, the 4 shades won't all suit my skin tone, but because it's drugstore, I can, you know, I can justify buying it a little bit more because it will be cheaper, and I'll also probably buy it on sale. I'm just so excited to see this because we really lack highlighters in the drugstore. Well, good highlighters, especially in Australia, because there may be so many highlighters from other drugstore brands overseas, but we don't get them here. So we have very few, and the few that we do have are usually too dark for my skin tone. So even if only one of the shades in this palette is light enough for me, I'm happy with that because I would buy this all just for the one shade, and it kind of looks like the first 2 might actually be okay, or I might be able to mix them around. So I'm probably gonna buy this if I see it, and no regrets. I should probably just quickly mention that if you aren't from Australia, some of these products probably aren't even new for you, but that's just what happens when we're over on the other side of the world. We get things months and months, sometimes years after you guys. The next product I really want to get my hands on is the Too Faced Born This Way Sculpting Concealer. Now I have so many reasons why I'm excited about this. The first reason is that I love concealer. Second reason is they have been doing really well with expanding their shade ranges, so there may actually be a shade that is light enough for me, which is very exciting, and they've been working with Jackie Aina to create a lot of darker shades too, so you deep gals will be able to use this too. And 3, it's pretty much a better version of Shape Tape, I think, because I have Shape Tape and then I got the Makeup Revolution one that's a bit of a dupe, and I like the Makeup Revolution one better because it is definitely not as drying and it just looks a lot nicer under the eyes, whereas Shape Tape is just really looks kind of gross. The only reason I stuck with it was because the coverage was so amazing and it was so fair and worked really well for my skin tone. But now all I use is the Makeup Revolution one, but even that is still a little bit dry, but nothing compared to Shape Tape. So I can't wait to try the Born This Way because I feel like it's going to be super hydrating, really good coverage, and just great on my skin. The next thing I want to talk about is the Caution Mascara from Hourglass. Now, as we all know, Hourglass make some of the most beautiful products in the entire world, and this is no exception. I would probably buy it purely for that packaging, but also, again, I am a mascara junkie, so this definitely caught my eye, and it does say that it's meant to be really volumizing. I think I saw someone said 400%. We all know those claims are a bit crazy sometimes, but I did also see Samantha Ravadal, how do you say her name, use it, and she said she really liked it, although it wasn't as volumizing as she was expecting because that is what they promise, but she was surprised at the fact that it did not smudge all day, and apparently that is a problem that she has with every single mascara. So if you have a problem with smudging as well, then this will definitely be one to check out. I don't know if I personally will buy it because it probably will be so expensive for a mascara, and I actually have a Marc Jacobs sample that I've been using, and if I was going to, you know, splurge on a high-end mascara, it would probably be one that I knew that I loved. But if they came out with a little sample size or something, if there was some way I could test out that mascara from Hourglass, I definitely would. Another product that is super exciting for a number of reasons is this foundation from NYX Cosmetics. It is called Can't Stop, Won't Stop, I think, and it's also coming with a primer. But of course, as you can see, the shade range of this is incredible, so that is one reason why it is exciting, but also it is drugstore, affordable, and I love most products from NYX Cosmetics, so my expectations are pretty high, but I'm also not going to keep them too high because does have the word matte in it, and that may not go well on my dry skin. But then the Maybelline Matte and Poreless is one of my favorite foundations, so I'm kind of hoping that it'll be very similar to that. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I wasn't sure whether I should put in because it's been on sale for a while and I'm worried that you won't be able to get it anymore, but I also just really wanted to tell you guys so that if you saw it tomorrow or something, you would buy it because I really think it would be amazing and 100% worth the money. So it is this little bundle from Physicians Formula. Now I believe this is the second one they have done. The first one was 2 highlighters and 2 blushes and the little body spray, and now this one has bronzer, highlighter, a blush, and a little body butter, and I can only imagine how good that body butter would smell. So I just think, again, as I said, such good value. I'm pretty sure I saw Kathleen Lights talk about the first bundle, and Physicians Formula is such a great brand. I really wish we had more access to it over here in Australia, and I really wish the price tag wasn't so high because I'm pretty sure in every other country it's actually decently affordable, whereas for us that butter bronzer is $30. But despite all that, if this came to stores in Australia, I would 100% be buying it, whether it was $40, $50, $60. I just think it would be amazing, and there is a whole bunch of products in here like the blushes and the highlighters and the body butter and the spray that I haven't tried before, and I would absolutely love to. I've been meaning to actually purchase some of the highlighters and blushes off iHerb because I think they're on there now, But as I said, they're quite pricey. The second last thing I want to talk about is actually a collection, and my best friend Brooke did show this to me, and there's only really one reason why I'm interested in this, and well, two, because it's affordable, but two, because this is probably one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. So this is the Zodiac collection from Wet n Wild, and as you can see, some of the pan products are giving me a bit of Ofra vibes. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with them. I assume they are like single eyeshadows, all like multiple colors in the one pan, which is kind of annoying to try and get each color, but at the same time they just look beautiful. The highlighters look beautiful, the glosses, even though I am not a gloss girl, the packaging is just really nice and sleek. And I think, to be honest, I may be buying one of the highlighters just because they're so huge as well, and it's such good value. So if there's anywhere where I can access this, it might actually come to Glam Radar. That would be awesome. But yeah, Wet n Wild, again, just so affordable. So to buy this entire collection would probably only be like $40 in the US, which is insane. And the quality is generally pretty good. But if you do want to know if it is 100% worth the money, maybe wait for Jeffree Star's review, because he will be 100% honest, and he usually reviews the Wet n Wild collections. The final product I'm going to talk about is another eyeshadow palette. It is actually two, and they are from Milani, and we have the Pure Passion eyeshadow palette and the Soft and Sultry eyeshadow palette. Now, Milani has released, I think, 4 of these previously, and people went crazy over them. It's not really something we can access in Australia, unfortunately. I'm sure you could buy it online, but again, it is quite pricey, like Physicians Formula. But these palettes, I've heard great things, they look beautiful, and what I love about these two new releases is that you've got a classic warm toned palette, which we all know and love, and if you want one that's quite affordable and you know it's going to be good quality, then it's definitely one to look at. And then we also have a nice cool toned palette, which I know a couple of people who lean towards cool tones, and I feel like it is definitely making more of a comeback as people slowly get a bit sick of the warm tones. So I think it's really smart of them to bring out a palette like that as well. And even I am kind of interested in it, although cool tones can give me that, you know, bruised black eye kind of look. I think this palette looks really beautiful, and honestly, if I saw it on a shelf, I'd probably buy it. So that is all for today. I feel like I've been rambling for ages. I swear my last video like this was only 12 or so minutes, yet this one feels like it's been going on forever. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comments below, will you be picking up any of these products? Did you already have your eye on them? Or have I now got your interest in them? Definitely let me know. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, subscribe down below, and click the little notification bell so you don't miss another video. And I hope you're all having an absolutely amazing day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys!